welcome in. Robin Casey here with At Your Own Pace Crafting, here to do another card this week. I love this card. This card is based on a design by Julie Baca, a very talented Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I saw this card that she had done and I loved it. Unfortunately, I didn't have the stamp set that she used, which was, I have little notes over here, Under the Moon. I never was able to get that stamp set, but I do have Sunrise Sailing. Sunrise Sailing, which is on last chance right now, y'all. So if you want it, get it. It's on sale, and it's a great stamp set. I love it. I have lots of plans for this. So I use Sunrise Sailing. So this is the card that we are going to make today. If you can see it. This is the front. This is the inside. We even stamp a little bit on the back and a little tiny bit on the envelope. So I hope y'all enjoy this, and we will go ahead and get started. Let's cut down to my desk. Okay, so I'm just going to pull in all of our pieces for this card. I've pre-cut everything. We have a Balmy Blue card base. The sheet of paper is 4 1/4 by 11. You score at 5 1/2. Okay. Next you have, here's Kronk. I don't know if y'all heard him come in or not. Hi, Kronk. Yes. One of these days I'll show you Kronk. He's a big fella. He's a good old cat. Okay, then we have a basic white layer, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This is the piece that we are going to blend the ink on to make it look like a sunset. And then we have the inside piece. We have another piece that goes on the front, 4 by 1 3/8. I have already blended this piece with Balmy Blue, just because we're going to blend this piece with all 3 colors. And y'all don't need to watch me do another Balmy Blue. You know how to do this, especially after you see me doing it. And then the inside piece is basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And then we also, I've already stamped and die cut the piece, the Ahoy piece, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Okay, so first off, let's blend our inks. All right, so we are using Peach Pie and Daffodil Delight and Balmy Blue. So we're going to start out. Okay, I'm sorry, Kronk is getting in my trash. Kronk, just stop it. Stop it. Okay, so we're going to start out blending with our Peach Pie on the bottom. And remember, we just tap off and then start blending our ink. We're going to do about 1/3, maybe a little higher, just so we can blend all of our colors together, make it look like a pretty sunset. Now, are y'all sunrise or sunset people? I really love a sunset. I tapped off, and I'm going to start over here, just inking a little bit over here on this side, just to get a little even. Yeah, I am a sunset person. I love all the different colors in a sunset. I am up most of the time to see a sunrise, because I get up about 7. So I'm usually up to see a sunrise, but I really prefer a sunset. Okay, so this is our Daffodil Delight. And I'm sorry, my Daffodil Delight is just off to the side, just because I don't have enough room for all my inks over here. And I think that is good coverage of the Daffodil Delight. And then we'll go to the Balmy Blue. Okay, tap off a little bit and blend our Balmy Blue. And you just want to blend into the color beneath, just to make that nice, pretty blend of colors. Kronk is all over in here today. I don't really know why. Usually he's asleep. Hopefully he's leaving now. Okay, so I like that. Yeah, I really like that. And what I have noticed, I find that even though you're just using a little bit of ink to blend in your paper, I still feel like the longer it sits on the paper, I just think it blends in better, even when you're not blending anything. I don't know. I just think that's what it does. Anyway, all right, so we can move our blending brushes out of the way. So I guess my point is, sometimes you may not like what it looks like. Give it time to sit, is what I'm saying. All right, we're going to move this out of the way because we're going to cut it a little later. Okay, we do not need our peach pie ink anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this one so I don't use it by accident. And then let's see, we do we do need our Balmy Blue. Yes, okay, almost forgot. We need to stamp our birds. So we are using Balmy Blue to stamp our birds. This is the little bird stamp. I don't know if you can see it. There. See, it's just a little bird. Okay, so we're just going to pounce, get a little bit of ink on our bird. And let's stamp one bird over here. Okay. Then pounce some more. And I think I want this bird. Let's see, get a little more ink on there. Just didn't look right. I want him to be over here, so that we're going to kind of cut him in half. Hopefully I've got the placement there good. All right, and then this bird, put him up here. And I got a little bit of ink on the edge of my block, hopefully. We did good. I didn't get any on the paper. Lost my bird when I was cleaning him off. Okay, we're going to keep the bird on the block because we'll be using him on the envelope. All right, so now we'll set that aside. Next, we are going to stamp our Balmy Blue blended piece first with water. Now this is the water stamp. Okay. So we're going to ink up with Coastal Cabana, and we're going to stamp it first on with the straight line on the bottom. Okay, if that makes sense. Hopefully it'll make sense when I do it. It is going to go a little bit off of the edge on each side, which is great. Okay, so we're putting our water on the top half of our Balmy Blue blended piece. Okay, then first I'm going to wipe this ink off of the block because I got a little carried away with my pouncing. Okay, we're going to pounce some more, and this is Coastal Cabana. I think I said that, but I'm not sure, so I say it again. Get a little more Coastal Cabana on the stamp. We are going to now turn it upside down. So we'll have the straight-ish part of the water toward the middle of our stamping, actually of our piece, our Balmy Blue blended piece, and then the waves toward the bottom. So there. I think that looks really, really nice. And we are going to use this water again on the inside of the card. So we will set this stamp aside as well. Okay, our sentiment is happy birthday. And we are going to stamp this on our water piece in Night of Navy ink. And again, my Night of Navy is over here. I just don't have enough room for all my inks. Okay, so happy birthday. We're going to put that kind of in the middle. And just press it down. Hopefully I'm not pressing it too hard. I have a tendency to do that. And then that's when we get a little extra coverage. But that looks pretty good, I think. Okay. Now we're going to set this aside. We're going to stamp, well, let me show you our Ahoy piece. So we've got, I stamped Ahoy on a piece of basic white cardstock, and then used one of the Spotlight on Nature dies to cut it out. It's actually the second of this set. So yeah, this one. So I've already done that, so that's ready. We'll set that aside. I just wanted to show you what I used for that piece. Okay, so I'm opening up the card over on the outside. You can't see it, just so I can follow along with what I'm doing, to make sure we do everything we're supposed to do. All right, so I'm pulling in our inside piece. We're going to stamp our water first. And again, I'm using the straight-ish edge on the bottom. We're doing this in the Coastal Cabana as well. So I am just pouncing my stamp on my ink, and we're going to put this toward the bottom. Again, it's going to go off each edge just a little bit, which I think is nice. Okay, because that's what water does. Water just does water, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, that looks nice. I like that. Okay. All right. We're done with that water. Now we're going to do our boat. So this is our boat stamp. Pretty cool. And this boat we are going to stamp in Night of Navy. Okay, get you all inked up here. And I'm going to set it a little on top of the water, but not right on top of the water. Okay, I am so sorry. Kronk is back, and he is playing with my trash. I don't know what to do about him. One of these days I will show you Kronk. I really will. Okay, there's our boat. Ah, that looks really nice. Really, really nice. Okay. Now we're going to do the inside of our boat. So this is the bottom part of the boat, and I really know nothing about boats. So I don't even know what to call it. I'm sure y'all know what to call it, but I do not know what to call it. And this is our Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to try to line up the inside of the boat with the outside of the boat that we stamped already, and we'll see how I do. And you know what? If it's not perfect, who cares? It's still going to look great. There. So it's pretty good. I don't know why, but this boat reminds me of Survivor. Do y'all watch Survivor? I'm probably the only person that still watches Survivor, but I love it. And Kronk likes it too. Kronk will sit here and watch Survivor with me. Okay, we're doing our sails next. There you go. And this also is in Daffodil Delight. Did I explain about how I choose the blocks to put my stamps on? I like to put stamps on the smallest block that I can, because that way I feel like I have good control over it. So sometimes you'll see me tilt the stamps so I can get it on the block, which is fine. Okay, so we're gonna put the sails on the inside of the sails on the sails. And again, this doesn't need to be perfect. Did a pretty good job there, though, I would say. Okay. Next is our sentiment. And I have stamps everywhere. I just have them all lined up, so it's nice and quick and easy to do the card. Birthday wishes. And birthday wishes is from the Simply Said stamp set, which is one of my absolute favorites. I love the sentiments in this one, and this one is still available, which I don't know what I'm going to do if it becomes not available. We won't even put that out in the universe, will we? Well, I know what I'll do. There'll be another stamp set that we will love just as much, because that's what Stampin' Up! Does for us. They bring out so many great stamp sets that are so fun to use and play with and create with. Okay, there's our birthday wishes, and that's the inside of our card. Now, we'll set this aside as well, because we've got 2 more things to stamp. So we're going to stamp a little bit of water on the back of our card base. This is just such a nice touch. I just love it. And I guess this looks like you're looking down a river, maybe. But let's get our card base in here. Here's the back of our card base. Would make a joke about the backside of water. And you people that have been to a certain place. Oh wait, no, I want to use Night of Navy. Certain place down in Florida will recognize that reference. Okay. Let me wipe that ink off a little bit, although it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna put, it's not even gonna be close to the card, the back of the card. Okay. So I'm just kind of putting this water stamp just in the middle of the back of the card base. There you go. Nice little detail. That's just such a nice, thoughtful touch. To me, it says, I'm thinking about you even when I'm putting the card in the envelope, and I want to make sure that you know that I'm thinking about you till the very end. Okay. Not really cleaning this stamp very well, am I? Here, let's really get it clean here. There, I think that's better. Okay, last little thing that we're going to do is we are going to take our envelope, the back of the envelope, get our little bird again, and we'll do him in Night of Navy, and just put him back of the envelope. Again, nice little touch. Not necessary, but it's just thoughtful. Okay, so now we are ready to put our card together. So we're going to bring in our trimmer. Let me move this ink out of the way. And get out our blended piece so that we can cut this into 3 strips. And the size of the strips are 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So this, our piece is 3 3/4. So then we'll do 1 1/4. All right, so this is the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. I love this trimmer. And I just want to mention to you guys, this is something that my friend Angie and I did last month when we were cropping together, because I kept using the cutting blade instead of the scoring blade. And so we decided, let's just write S all over the scoring blade. And that helps us. So anyway, little tip. Okay, there's our first piece. Let's see how oh good, yep. Did pretty good with the bird there. I wanted him to be cut a little bit in half. It's not quite in half, but it's good. Okay, and then 1 1/4 again. So we have our 3 pieces. Put the trimmer up and bring in our card base. So let's lay out all of our pieces. So we're going to put the happy birthday piece on, lay it down first, and then we'll bring in our top 3 pieces and look at our spacing and see if this is what we like. So let's see, I need to move this a little bit over just to get the good spacing. Okay, and so you want your top 3 pieces to be the same size as your bottom piece. So your edges need to be even. So that's pretty even. Okay. Then we'll be able to line up once we start attaching. So we're going to attach our bottom piece first. And I just realized we didn't put our inside piece in after we stamped it. We will do that in a moment. Okay. And again, you want this bottom piece, it's going to be even with the outside edges. So let's put our middle piece on next. Okay. Move you. Okay, let's get you laying back there. There we go. I keep moving him. Okay, here we go. There, that's good. That's good and even. Okay, then I'm going to put the left side piece on. And I want my left edge, again, even with the bottom piece on the outside. And then we're going to line up our bottom edges. So everything is in line. This is the easiest way to get your 3 panels on. Okay, and then right side, even with the right side of the bottom, and even with the top and the bottom of the other pieces. There. Okay, let's go ahead and put on our inside while we are thinking about it. Okay. And remember, you can use Stampin' Seal, Stampin' Seal Plus, you can use the green glue, whatever is best for you, for your adhesive. I'm more of a Stampin' Seal girl, so that's what I use. All right, now we're going to put our Ahoy circle on, and we are using dimensionals. And I'm still using dimensionals from the Paper Pumpkin kit. Don't throw those away. Use them. All right, put on 3. I probably didn't have to put on 3, but I don't know. I just feel like that's a good even number. All right, so I'm putting on my Ahoy so that it's covering a couple of the panels and the bottom. And then last thing we're going to do is put on our opal rounds. So this is the opal rounds assortment, and I think these are just gorgeous. The blue, what if it tells you? Yeah, it doesn't tell you on the packaging the colors, but it does on the website, which I just happen to have pulled up right here, so I will tell you the colors. Pretty sure it's Night of Navy. Yeah, Night of Navy, Daffodil Delight, and Clear. So going to take your pick tool, the spatula end. To me, that's just the easiest way to get up these gems. And we'll put a Daffodil Delight one here. A big one, and put a little Daffodil Delight little one. Alright guys, there we go. And then we will put a Night of Navy, big one, down below. And Night of Navy little one down below as well. And that is our card. So we have the front. I just think that blending turned out so nice. And I've told y'all before, I am not a perfect blender, but these blending brushes and the inks, it just makes it so easy. Then that's our inside and our back and our envelope. There you go. Okay. Thank y'all so much for joining me making this card. I had so much fun. If you want to get the written tutorial, free written tutorial, just send an email to @yourownpacecrafting@gmail.com. Newsletters go out on Fridays, so you'll get your newsletter and it will have the written tutorial in the newsletter. Thanks again, y'all, for joining me, and we will be back again next week with a new project. All right, y'all have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye.